Let's talk about mastering authenticity-based selling so you can learn to love the sales process in your service business without ever feeling pushy or salesy. See, there are 6 steps to launching and growing your service business. Number 1 is to design and launch your services. The second is to show up well online. The third is learning how to sell your services. The fourth is master running paid ads to find more clients. The 5th is using AI and automations to scale your business with ease. And the 6th is build a referral system and continue to offer incredible service on repeat. Today we dive deep into our 3rd step in our series on launching and growing your service business, mastering the Queen Sales Communication Framework. You see, this method is essential for anyone looking to engage in consultative, relationship-focused selling. If you don't know me, my name is Joelle Thinga. I'm a 17+ year service industry guru that helps service providers in health, beauty, coaching, creative, and wellness industries effortlessly attract their ideal clients, authentically communicate the value of their services, and efficiently scale their business using operational automations and AI tools, all without the marketing overwhelm, the feeling pushy, or burning out along the way. I'm here to help service providers reach financial freedom in their business so they can impact more clients while living the fulfilling lives that they desire. So the Queen method, what does it stand for? Well, it is questions, understand, educate, engage, and narrow down. Each step is vital in creating a consultative selling process that is both meaningful and effective. Before we dive into what each individual letter addresses, it's important that we talk about pricing and packaging strategies when using this approach. You see, selling packages or memberships where you are focusing on the transformation that you provide and the bundling of services together for best results of the client is essential in a service business. You see, first, packages provide a holistic approach to bundling services to meet clients' comprehensive needs, which also simplifies their decision-making process and ensures that they receive all the necessary treatments for optimal outcomes. Additionally, packages encourage a long-term client commitment and accountability, leading to better results and higher satisfaction for your clients because they're motivated to adhere to the treatment plan. Financially, packages also offer a cost savings and exclusive benefits to your clients, while helping you as a service provider secure a steady income stream and consistent bookings, which minimize revenue fluctuations and scheduling uncertainties. And that is why selling almost exclusively packages versus single services will transform your service business. If you are intrigued by how to optimize your pricing and packaging strategies, you can also check out some of the resources and a webinar we have online regarding transitioning from selling single services to selling exclusively bundled packages. Okay, so now let's dive into the Queen Sales Communication Framework. Let's talk about Q, questions. The journey of effective consultations begins with questions. This initial step is crucial as it sets the tone for the entire interaction, allowing you to build a foundation of understanding and trust. By starting with the right questions, you gather essential information while making your clients feel valued and heard. There are 5 types of questions that you can use at the beginning of your consultation. The first is background questions. Start with broad questions to get a sense of a client's history and the context for why they're there. For example, can you tell me a little bit about your previous experience with similar products or services? Then move on to needs-based questions. Focus on understanding the client's current needs. Ask things like, what are you looking for in a solution and what are the key issues that you hope to address? Then you can move on to the feeling questions. Gauge the client's emotional state regarding their needs or challenges. For instance, how do you feel about the challenges you've been facing? Then move on to expectation questions. Clarifying what the client hopes to achieve through your service. You might ask, what are your expectations from this service and what outcomes would make this a success for you? Then move on to visionary questions. Encourage clients to think about the broader implications for solving their problems or fulfilling their needs. Ask something like, how would you find the right solution impacts your life or business? Integrating these types of questions at the start of a consultation ensures you are gathering as much relevant information as possible. If this process is done thoroughly, then questioning will naturally move to understanding. What you want to do is move to understanding before you ever educate people on the tailored solutions. By using this approach in your conversations, it becomes impossible to feel pushy because you are consistently prioritizing the client's needs and perspectives. This client-focused approach sets a solid foundation for the rest of the consultative process. So now we move on from questions to understand. You gather all this initial information and insight through your questions, and the next crucial step in the Queen method is to deeply understand what it means. This phase is about diving deep into the information provided and then discerning not just the words, but the feelings, motivations, and underlying desires behind them. Here's how to deepen your understanding effectively. Use active listening. Truly understanding requires more than just hearing. It involves active engagement of what the client is saying. This means listening without planning your response and focusing entirely on the client's words, their tone, and their body language. This might involve nodding and maintaining eye contact or offering verbal affirmations such as "I see" or "that sounds important." Empathetic engagement. Then you can use empathetic engagement. Put yourself in your client's shoes. Try to feel what they feel and see their situation from their perspective. This empathetic approach helps you to connect on a human level, which is crucial for building trust and rapport. Questions like, "How did that situation make you feel?" or "What was going through your mind at the time?" can facilitate a deeper emotional insight. Then you can make sure that you ask for clarification if needed. As you're listening, ask for any clarification to ensure that you fully understand the client's points. This might include questions such as, "When you mention flexibility, could you explain what it looks like for you?" Or, "You mentioned concern about efficiency. Can you tell me about your current process?" And finally, use summarization. To confirm your understanding, summarize what the client has said and ask if you got it right. For example, "So if I understand correctly, your main concern is X and you are looking for a solution that does Y. Is that right?" This not only shows that you are listening and understanding, but it also gives the client a chance to correct any misunderstandings immediately. You can look for nonverbal cues during this time. Pay close attention to nonverbal signals such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. These can provide additional context to the words being spoken, revealing hesitations, enthusiasms, or concerns that they may not explicitly be stating. By thoroughly immersing yourself in the process of genuinely understanding your client, you ensure that all subsequent recommendations are highly tailored and relevant to their needs. This level of attentiveness and care establishes a strong, trust-based foundation for the entire consultative relationship. When you approach understanding with such depth, it naturally leads to a consultative style that is inherently respectful and client-focused, completely eliminating any sense of being pushy or salesy. This thorough understanding paves the way for effectively educating your client in the next phase, where you can align your solutions precisely with their needs. So after you've begun with questions and truly understood a client, you're now going to educate. After mastering the art of questioning and achieving a profound understanding of your client's needs, the educate stage becomes a pivotal moment in your consultative selling process. This step isn't about bombarding your client with information. It's about sharing knowledge in a way that feels personal, relevant, and directly aligned with their expressed needs and concerns. Here's how to make the most out of the educate phase. The first, personalized information. Tailor your educational content to address the specific concerns and desires your client has expressed. For example, if a client is worried about the effectiveness of a solution, provide case studies or testimonials that demonstrate proven results. Make sure the information is directly relevant to what the client has shared during the earlier stages. Next, make sure you use clear and concise communication. When educating your client, clarity is key. Avoid jargon or overly technical language that might confuse or alienate them. Instead, use clear, simple language that makes the information accessible and easy to understand. You can also use visual aids. Whenever possible, use diagrams, charts, or videos to help illustrate your points. Visual aids can help clarify complex information and make it more memorable. They're particularly useful when explaining data-driven results or demonstrating how a product or service works. Use step-by-step explanations. Break down each process or solution into manageable steps to help your clients see how they can easily integrate them into their own situation. This approach also helps to demystify more complex solutions, making them feel more attainable and less overwhelming. In my authenticity-based sales course, I teach a straightforward method to break down and present information in a way that not only establishes your credibility and demonstrates your expertise, but also ensures that clients understand easily. This method helps them to see how your services lead directly to the transformation that they seek. By carefully educating your clients, you not only inform them, you also empower them to make informed decisions. This step is crucial because it transitions the narrative from simply selling to creating value, ensuring that the solutions you propose are seen as tailored and thoughtful responses to their specific needs. This methodical approach to educate helps to build trust and credibility, laying a strong foundation for the next steps in the Queen method and further solidifying your relationship. The next E is engage. Moving from the educate stage, we enter into the vital engage step of the Queen method. At this point, engagement centers on deepening the dialogue and creating an interactive two-way conversation that builds on the foundation laid during the education stage. The goal here is not to push towards the sale, but to foster collaboration and understanding. Here, you're going to facilitate open dialogue. Encouraging your client to share their thoughts on the information presented, ask open-ended questions like, how does this approach resonate with your goals? Or what are your initial thoughts on the strategies discussed? This helps you gauge their feelings and gather more insight. Then encourage active participation. Emphasize the importance of their input in fine-tuning the proposed solutions. Invite them to suggest modifications or express preferences, making the consultation more of a cooperative process. This could be framed as, I value your inputs. What part of this plan would you like to see adjusted to better suit your needs? Then respond to feedback. Show that you are attentive and responsive to their feedback. If they have reservations or express excitement about certain elements, you can tailor your responses accordingly to address any specific reactions, thus personalizing the entire experience even further. Then strengthen the emotional connection. Use this stage to solidify your emotional bond. By showing empathy and understanding for their emotional responses, you help to solidify trust and comfort, making the relationship more robust. Then finally, you're going to clarify and summarize, periodically summarizing the discussion to ensure both parties are on the same page and clarify any points of confusion. This not only confirms the understanding, but also reinforces the key benefits of the solution being considered. Then we head to letter N, narrow down. The narrow down phase of the Queen method is critical as it focuses on refining the options and guiding the client towards making the purchase decision. Here, you address objections, finalize the proposal, and prepare for the close. So first, addressing objections. Begin by openly discussing any hesitations or objections the client might have. This direct approach often unlocks the final steps towards your agreement. Then refine the proposal. Tailor the proposal based on the client's feedback from the engage stage. Make precise adjustments to align closely with their needs and preferences. Then present the final offer. Clearly outline the adjusted proposal and state the price. This is where clarity in communication is crucial. You have to pause and give space. After presenting the final offer, take a pause. Stop talking and allow the client to think. This might feel counterintuitive, but it is essential for the client to process the information and feel confident in their decision. Once a client has finally come to and given a response, then you can take a moment to consider what they're asking or from their decision, see where they stand, and then guide them towards making a commitment by reassuring them of the value and the support that they're going to receive going forward. The narrow down phase is typically where many service providers feel overwhelmed or may miss the mark. You see, they often feel shy about the sales process, perhaps due to a lack of confidence in asking for the sale directly. By improving your skills in this area and taking time to learn how to use the sales communication framework like Queen Method, you will exponentially change the trajectory of your entire career. This phase isn't just about closing a deal, it's about confirming the service provided is the best solution for the client's needs, solidifying a partnership built on trust and mutual understanding. I highly recommend reviewing lesson 1 and 2 if you haven't already. You see, these lessons will guide you in making a transformation declaration and creating a service offering matrix. Understanding these concepts will help you see how you can effectively package your services into high-value offerings that resonate deeply with your clients' needs and desires. Also, don't miss the Power of Packages webinar, which offers additional creative strategies of how to bundle your services together. This groundwork will enhance your ability to apply the Queen Method effectively, ensuring you provide exceptional value and impactful solutions to your clients. If you're ready to transition your service into selling high-value packages on repeat every single day, enroll in our authenticity-based sales course, where you will be able to completely master the Queen Method and change the entire trajectory of your career as a service provider.